Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your online activity shouldn't be public. Protect yourself at expressvpn.com/funhouse.
You've all been invited. James is here.
Hi.
I'm on a racetrack.
It says joining GTA Online in a little spinny circle.
Sounds about right.
That's GTA.
But I was already in GTA Online before.
But you're joining different GTA Online.
Welcome to GTA as presented by Lindsay.
Hey, look at you. You're right here with
yeah.
me. Okay, she can't get in my car, so hang on a second.
You gotta unlock the car.
I'm about to go
There's a lot
berserk.
of listen, it's a new game, figuring out the kinks.
Let's just do this. Drive.
We're doing a GTA chill session, yo.
GTA and chill on such a not chill day.
This episode is recorded on January 7th, 2021.
Day in infamy.
I was up till I guess almost 1 last night watching the
Bridgerton
final,
episodes.
Congress count.
Oh yeah, the count. Yeah.
Yeah. I kept logging into CNN just to get an update on that stuff.
I was watching it on C-SPAN's YouTube channel. Yo,
Damn.
you think they want to do a collab with us?
C-SPAN, yeah.
Did you guys hear Anderson Cooper call out Olive Garden?
What? No.
What?
He threw some shade at Olive Garden being a destination for the rioters, and Olive Garden, they can't take that kind of heat. I don't think they have an unlimited pasta pass right now. When you guys eat pasta, this is maybe not a question for Omar, but or maybe there's a substitute. When you eat pasta, do you feel like you need, in addition to the noodles, a meat or meat substitute?
I do, actually.
No, I just need cheese.
Same.
That's all.
How did I know that Lindsay and Elise would accept cheese as a meat?
It's got protein. It's not meat. I said I don't
Over
need
me, who doesn't actually eat meat.
Well, yeah, I know. I think that there are some pastas that you can get away with as just a pasta, like gnocchi, some angel hairs, especially like primaveras or whatever. Like you probably don't need stuff in it.
I guess it depends on your side. Hey, look who I found.
I just pulled up to Omar. He's in a food truck. I'm sorry.
What, you got any pasta in
it's
there?
totally fine.
Cheese only?
Taco truck.
Feel that hunger.
Lamar keeps calling me.
Sides.
Step off. Get the step in, Lamar.
It's GTA. You can't change your phone number.
Have you had the sweet potato gnocchi from
TJ's?
Yes.
Trader Joe's?
Yes.
Butter and sage. I want to make that homemade.
They got kale gnocchi as well.
Gnocchi's pretty easy to make.
Do you know the process?
Yeah,
pasta.
It's just potatoes, and you you need a potato ricer is the one thing, I guess.
Omar,
I need to get that because I was trying to make potato puree last night and it did not work.
Here's the problem is that when Omar says gnocchi's easy to make and Elise follows up, she's not following up for herself. That's going to be me making that gnocchi, okay?
A potato ricer is really only because you need it to be super dry. You need all of the starchy liquids and stuff taken out, and you need it to be you basically put it through a strainer and a what's it called, and a grinder at the same time with the ricer.
I've talked about it in the past, but watching, the only thing that relaxes me these days is watching chefs silently cook food or whatever. And there's one that I always get with it, which is this woman who every single one of her YouTube videos is never force, kids will love eating spinach when you make it like this or whatever. And it's inevitably, I always watch it, but inevitably it involves whatever that thing is getting mashed down into a puree. Then she adds yeast and then turns it into bread.
And then you shape it like Peppa Pig or Daniel Tiger.
Yeah. Shaped like Peppa Pig.
Can't shape it like Caillou anymore. Caillou's done. That little fucker is out.
I never knew him, but I know he was a bad boy.
He's a little shithead. I feel like there was a generation of kids that watched Caillou that got real whiny. Because my cousin was one of them. And let's just say that Caillou got kicked out.
It only took how long? Because didn't Caillou have a resurgence? Wasn't Caillou an old thing that then became a new thing again?
I think they tried to bring him back. He will come back as a meme. That's for certain now.
Okay,
as he should.
I don't think I've ever heard the word Caillou before. What is that?
He's a little ball boy.
I think
it's Caillou.
Twitch took down that PogChamp emote. I think they should replace it with Caillou.
There's a potential thing of having Khalif. He has a very popular emote, and now there's an active thing to try and get his emote be the new PogChamp emote, and I'm all
Should
for
I
it.
campaign against Khalif with Caillou?
Yeah, I was gonna say, whose side are you on?
Yeah. Love you, Khalif, but I just think Caillou,
Yeah.
the voice of the people.
Caillou's the one.
Crazy, because I remember that guy coming in the machinima offices a long time ago.
Who wasn't in the machinima offices that turned out
You
saying
know what's
something
funny?
terrible?
Do you remember? I'm sure you do. Do you remember Borf?
Yeah.
He put a video out, or he put a link out yesterday where he just like showed an old machinima video, and then he has like a whole playlist. So I was kind of going through some of those, and it's like a random playlist. I think it's just whatever he was in, he like saved. But there was some there was like an old Realm video and like fan appreciation video, and like it's like weird because like I'm there and like Matt Peak is there and like Bruce is there with like a weird like haircut. And it's like
Samurai haircut.
such a weird time capsule.
Who's Pineapple Head? How do I get that?
Oh, that's me. It's Pineapple Head.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Pineapple
that's
Head.
amazing.
I thought I'd take us to the little like lake park.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
we're
nice.
right here in Echo Park. Is there are there
yeah.
little
No
swan boats you
swans?
can get into?
Yeah, no swans.
James and I did one of
But
those
hey,
swan
This
boats.
is
Pedaling way more stressful than you'd think. You know,
Stressful?
Elise and I. It was one of the things that you think you can do because it's all isolated and chill and everything like that. But it was pretty stressful. There were a lot of times I was like, I'm gonna crash into this couple right as they're about to propose or whatever. I was like certain of it.
Oh, I've been on that boat wasted, so I'm sure you guys were fine.
I got called into a cutscene.
So did I.
Oh, because you guys
Uh-oh.
haven't
No.
done. This is where you like meet a heist
Yeah.
thing.
This John-looking
All right,
motherfucker.
well, you guys have fun.
Paul Giamatti, motherfucker. Yeah.
We're gonna hang out with the yoga practice or whatever.
how do I do yoga too? I'm gonna
you
do
can.
yoga.
Have you guys ever looked at my character's face up close?
No, you don't want to look at any
I mean-
characters up close.
Yeah.
The swan boat's really nice. It was a good social distance activity, but we were pumping our legs and trying to avoid collisions.
There's like a rudder that you have between
rudder,
you that
yeah.
you use to turn, and so you can only pedal forward or backward, and then you have the rudder. But I'm pretty sure our rudder was a little skewed because it would turn left real fast and it would turn right very slowly.
No privacy in those boats.
I had to use the bathroom and I had to do it there in front of everybody.
Wait, hold on. When you pedal those things, do you both pedals go in the same direction, or can you pedal opposite and just spin in little circles?
It's all one pedal that you both
Okay.
are working on that controls a big paddle in the back.
There's like one crankshaft. Okay.
Just whether you can choose to
Look, I'm
contribute
doing yoga.
the power of two. Do you guys remember the Euro Club?
The Euro. No.
It was-
I don't know. I mean, maybe
it should
I do.
be
I
called
don't.
You
it should be
do.
called the Yuri Club, by the way.
It was a golf club, quote unquote. That was-
Oh, I do not. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
it was sold via infomercial, and it was an item that you could take in your bag on the course with you, and then if you had to pee, you'd whip out the Euro Club, stick your dick in it, and just pee through the shaft of the club, shaft on shaft.
And when Elise says you, she means old white men.
Yes.
Just so
Yeah.
just so everything is clear.
The Euro Club is the picture of privilege. Like, I like if you needed to show someone like old white
Yeah.
man privilege,
Yeah,
it's the Euro Club.
What are you talking about? What do you mean privilege? Everyone's got it equal under the Bill of Rights. And then you show them a picture of a man urinating on an old white man urinating on a golf course, and you go, "Oh, now I understand."
But I guess the question is, which we can't seem to decide, is do people also use that club to golf with?
There's no way.
It'd be very difficult
There'd be a
to
spray.
do that. Even if you could seal it, golf clubs should be solid tools, right? You don't want things sloshing around in it. That being said, if you could control it, I could see how you could use the power of water to maybe hit a golf club
the
further.
fluid dynamics hitting a golf ball.
Exactly.
Does the urine go down to the head of the club, you think, or is it just in the handle part?
No, I think
Also-
it goes through the length of the club into the
'Cause-
rough.
Because golf clubs are not very voluminous. They're not very
Voluminous?
What do you? Voluminous, I guess.
No.
There's not a lot. You can't fit a lot of liquid
Girthy?
inside of a golf club.
I don't think it stored the urine. I think it was a conduit for the urine to
Oh,
go from the
wait.
penis.
like it just
to the,
Really?
that was
Oh,
my,
it was like an extension cable.
That was-
I
for your
thought
dick.
it's.
that was always
I
my
thought it stored the
interpretation.
urine.
It was
I don't think that works though.
it was like a
You-
subway
because
for your urine,
What's it called?
Lindsay.
I don't think that's how it works. I think it stores your urine.
No, I couldn't.
I think
No,
it's
It's
towards
like
your urine.
I always thought
You would be able to. You would only be able to pee for like 1 second, and it would be full, and splashing way back
listen,
at you all over your white.
I'm not
golf
saying
pants.
that it's a good invention. I'm just saying I don't think that the idea was that it just extended the length of your urine stream.
No,
I'm
It's
pretty
like
sure.
it's like the funnels for ladies to be able to
Yes.
stand and pee, right?
I always thought that you would, because like in Victorian times when women had to go, you would go to church and then you would sit in church for these exorbitantly long times. So women would bring these like chamber pots with them and they would just put them under their skirts because they had these big long,
God. Do you-
bulbous skirts, and they would pee in these chamber pots.
They would just like strap them to their leg and walk around with a pot
No,
between
I
their
think
legs?
you just stick it. You'd be sitting in the pew, and then you just stick this almost like a gravy boat between your legs. And the Euro Club
least not-
is that solution for the modern man.
I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think you pee into it, you fill it up, and which again, not a good invention because in those situations where you're like, I gotta go, that's when you're gonna pee more than ever.
Yeah, that's
It's
that's why I feel like Elise is onto something
Yeah.
here. It's just a funnel.
You go and you
No, I'm
stand
arguing it's a bad
over.
invention.
Yeah, you stand over a cup.
It's a stealth sheath for your urine stream.
You go to the cup at the hole. You lift up the flag. Pretend like you're gonna putt, make a short putt.
Oh, you pee
and
in
you're
the
peeing
hole.
into the cup. Yeah,
But you're gonna
All
fill
those
up
cups
that
are hooked
cup.
up to the sewer system anyway.
exactly.
Oh, are they? I don't
every-
think that's
every
what
hole.
it is, guys.
I mean, that's why you lose your ball at the end of a putt thing. It goes
The-
down into the sewers.
Could you imagine
image-
having to use the Euro Club while mini golfing? Like it's not that long a course.
No, you could like literally see the pizza parlor from where you are.
So it's got a lid on it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
just
telling
for
you.
that's just for
No,
for
you pee
stealth, for-
into it, guys. You pee into
Oh, wait,
it.
this has got to be
and
the
then you have
end
to-
that your dick goes
You
in.
have to dump your pee
No,
out later.
I mean,
I'm
sure,
telling
yes, you have an option in case you need to get a sample for your doctor or something while you're out there to contain the urine. Yeah, it's optional. It's optional.
I was going to improve on it by saying you should you pee into it, but then how do you get rid of this urine? You're just walking around the rest of the day with a urine-filled club. So what you do is there's a small little filter on the end that you open, and then you open it as you're putting it on your golf cart. So as you're driving to the next hole, it slowly leaks out and no one notices.
It just leaves a breadcrumb trail of your urine everywhere you've been.
Exactly. Only the best dogs would be able to figure out where you've gone.
No, the next step, it's Water Worlds. It's the Pea Recycler. So it's you put your urine inside this golf club, and then by the end of your 18 rounds or whatever, you've got a nice cocktail.
This review says there's no way to take a full piss in this thing.
Oh.
See?
Let alone the head of my dick, and I'm Irish.
I just found a weird doll.
Oh, that's weird. Omar's right. I found 1 of 100 action figures. Is this a new thing, or have I been playing GTA for 1,000,000 hours and had no idea that there were action figures
What?
hidden around the
Let me
world?
see. Hey, I know exactly where this is in Echo Park. There's lots of people who live here. Intense.
Well, that's
Oh, you know what I
wild.
think it is? I think that's from the arcade thing.
Oh,
I
maybe.
think that's like an.
Yes.
We should just drive around. We should try and find all 100
let's do it.
today.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Where
go.
else
I mean,
would they
if we
be?
find a second one, I'll be pretty fucking impressed.
Have you guys watched this series on Netflix called The History of Swear Words?
I was going to mention that when Elise was talking about chamber pots and stuff, because we just watched the episode on shit,
Yeah.
and they talked about how it really wasn't until religious renaissance of like the Middle Ages when like houses became real big and they created like places for you to poop.
Yeah, private places.
Yeah, you used to just go to a public bathroom where you just sit on a big stone slab with all your bros.
A bunch of holes.
Yeah, and you'd hang out. If you ever see the show Spartacus, Blood in the Sand, great show, fantastic, has a ton of dick in it. There's a couple scenes that take
No,
place
I
in
wanna
those
try.
public toilets. But yeah, so I do think it's interesting that if things had gone slightly differently, we could have all been pooping and shitting together and no one would have cared, you know?
Yeah, it's weird how the world went, right? Because it was all public toilets or whatever, and then they became gender segregated or whatever. But now everything's going back to just
A big trough
Whatever.
that you hang over.
it's just
No,
yeah,
only the
people-
men
peoples
shit
are
together.
peoples.
The women weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to poop.
Yeah, women had to.
Am I the driver? How did that happen?
I don't know. Here and get out. I was like, go, Omar. You can
Do you
drive.
guys know where the
I got
go
in
ahead.
on the other side of the car.
Do you know where the terminology hungover comes from? Hangover?
No.
Yeah, I do because Elise told me.
It's one of my favorite things. It's because, turn of the century, late 19th century, there would be these almost like, respites for the poor, the homeless. And they were these giant halls, with no heating, is pretty bad conditions. And you could pay different amounts to find comfort there for the night. So if you paid like a penny, you could sit up there for the night. If you lay down, you got kicked out. And if you paid like 2 pennies, you could hang over a rope. So like there would be this rope hung across the room, and then you would just hang over with it under your armpits.
Jeez.
And that was like, you paid to do that. And then like, of course there was, I think it's like for 4 pennies or whatever, you could lay in a coffin and sleep, essentially.
A card right here. Sorry, there's a card right here. I got a playing card.
But is it an action figure?
No, but now I have 2 out of 54 playing cards.
There's some pretty crazy photos you can find of people hanging over these ropes.
It is
crazy.
it is literally just a rope. Like it's the most bare minimum of things you could ever possibly imagine. And just
Seems
a bunch
it
of
would be
like
Well,
dangerous.
and then at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever, they would cut the rope. So everybody just kind of fell.
human beings are the most cruel creature on the planet.
And find creative ways to be cruel. Let's all poop in the same bucket.
How did you
again.
know to go to that convenience store, Lindsay? Or do you have
I don't know. I just pulled up and I was like, oh, I bet there's like one in here, but there was no action figure. It was just like something else. I was like, oh, I bet they're probably in little like nooks that you can like walk into.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open. Let's see this booth maybe.
There's
Let's see
that
if there's
water,
anything
or
else.
probably. There's almost certainly one at the racetrack.
Should I Google where they are?
No,
I was going to, but then I started having to drive, and I was just gonna pretend like I didn't Google it and just impress you guys with
With your
my
cheating.
super savvy action with my cheating. Yeah.
human history is pretty fascinating. I mean, tragic and horrible.
But also, there's the flip side of that where, we have hugs.
The first time a caveman tried to murder another caveman by squeezing him.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just made that up. I don't know that.
Does this feel too
Otzi the
nice?
Iceman.
No, kill now, kill later.
Or he's like, this feels so good, must squeeze until I can't squeeze anymore. And then somebody
And
died.
then he popped him.
There's so many things okay, good, you can't go in there. So I was like, I am not looking through every
A
one.
lot of the cave paintings were made by women.
There was one series of cave paintings, and then the woman drew it. The woman cave person.
I know what you're gonna say.
And then do you know what I'm
do.
gonna say? And then the male cave came home and said, "These cave big eyes painting me." Me paint big eyes.
I just thought you were going to say that the male caveman wrote his name on it.
Oh no, yeah, similar. I went even more
Same.
deep. I wanted to make a big eyes reference. Me, big eyes, you know, draw.
Oh, it's got the big eyes. I'm just an American
Trust
artist.
me.
No, there's nothing up here.
I don't see anything. And there's even some like haystacks. I'm surprised we haven't done like a death match here.
Do you think we're the only 4 people at Funhaus that watch Bridgerton?
No, that can't be true.
We should have opened with that as us being the Bridgerton crew.
Who do you think has watched Bridgerton?
I think we are probably the only ones at Funhaus that have.
No, I could see Jacob and Tara watching it. I could see.
I could see maybe Matt Peak having seen it by way of Zoe because I think she likes Outlander.
Oh yeah, they do. They've watched
Yeah.
Outlander. I remember talking to them about that. Talking to Matt about
Here we are, born to the kings.
What is Outlander?
where
Is some
the
weird,
bread is. It's the one about the Scottish guy who gets his head cut off, except he's from
It's like
Belgium or whatever.
historical sex TV or whatever.
I eat that shit up. That's when I was watching that show. When I was watching Bridgerton, I was like, yo, that one episode, I was like, yo, this is Outlander level. And I was like, they keep doing it. They keep doing it. And when are they going to stop doing it?
Spoilers for Bridgerton. It's just like, I love how like the Duke, he thinks that pulling out is like 100% effective birth control method.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, and also that she didn't know anything about it. That's what blows me away too.
oh my God.
I mean, that seems in time, potentially.
Yeah.
I feel like that is justifiable for her in that time period. But I do think it is funny that he's like so angry with his dad. He's like, I will never give you an F. Never. I'm still gonna fuck though.
Listen, I like the show, but I honestly, and this is spoiler alerts for anybody who's watching who hasn't seen it. I don't buy it. I don't buy their love.
Couldn't put up with that talk at all.
how
Hang on,
Elise
wait for me. I was just joking. I was just playing. I don't think Bridgerton's good either.
Shut up! You love it.
I do.
Listen,
Yeah.
I like the show. But I just didn't buy it happening. Like I just was like, oh, now suddenly they're like, I was like, give me some more. I guess. Of their love story, like to make me believe it.
But
okay,
I would say yes, 100%. Our modern perception of love is definitely a little bit more critical.
Take this out. He's the one.
Is a little bit more maybe critical than theirs. But if you think about what love was compared to like the only one who was like, listen, all you got to do is be able to tolerate the other person for 3 seconds, have some kids,
I
and
guess,
then that'll be
yeah.
your job. Like that's your it's probably way more in line with how it actually may have been. So by comparison, their love was pretty extravagant. They actually kind of liked each other and spoke.
I'm just trying to find like a neighborhood of houses that we can kind of look through to see if we can find action figures. Oh,
I was kind of with
maybe
Lindsay
around
though.
here.
Like I don't think she would have turned as quickly after finding out that he had been such a shitty dude that whole time. She just like turned around and was like, "Nah, I'm good. I still love you. Let's get down."
I do think back to the discussion about whether or not it's good. I have decided to better appreciate things that aren't good. I honestly think most things certainly aren't great. And a lot of things aren't good. But I've decided that I would rather enjoy them than not enjoy them.
Yeah.
And especially with social media where like it feels like people get on a tear about things and then all they can do is praise it. You know, it's either they love it and it's the greatest thing in the world or they praise it. But generally, like I would say 95% of all things fall just within a middle ground there. And so if it's in the middle ground, I've decided to try and enjoy it more than not enjoy it.
It's mighty big of you, James. Mighty big.
Very honorable.
Thank you. I deserve an award for that.
A certain young man in the social sphere has decided to change his opinions.
Since we're spoiling a lot of it, how about that turn at the very end? The reveal of
the
Lady
reveal.
Whistledown.
Oh,
Whistle down.
Lady
I'm gonna say
Whistledown.
this. I did not think it was in. We learned a lot about Penn as a character. Didn't feel like it was in tune with her character. Also, why is she narrated by an 80-year-old woman? Also, when it was the kind of thing where like the day that the cousin was exposed, I immediately was like, well, it's got to be Penn because this feels too vengeful. It feels like she tried making her case, didn't work, and now she's just you know.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but then this doesn't feel like a Penn character.
But her name's Penn, and that's what you used to write.
Yeah, that's the thing at the end. I was just like, oh, thanks for putting a big old button on it.
I was like, it's either her or Eloise because I was like, oh, maybe she's like, oh, my friend's hurt, so I'm gonna fuck this shit up, you know, like. But then I was like, why is she being so like, who is it? Who is it? I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find her, you know. But.
I thought it was a mom. Oh, should have been the mom.
I wanted it to be the Duke's mom, not mom, but mom.
Oh, like surrogate.
What was her name?
mom figure.
Lady Danbury.
Danbury.
I don't
Oh my
remember
God,
all
yeah.
these names.
Yeah, that's
What the
amazing.
fuck?
When they do that reveal, they cut to her in the carriage and she like smirks, and it's like the worst case of thriller eyes I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
this is so over the top.
Who's she smirking for? Is there a camera there? What do you guys think is the worst twist in a piece of media that you've ever seen or read or participated in?
Well, is that some people consider just saying that there's a twist in something to be a spoiler?
All right. Well, that was a bad topic starter. I should have mentioned it. I'll say this because I don't care about ruining it. I think Heavy Rain.
Oh, yes.
Heavy Rain is the worst twist in the history of any media.
Spoil it for me some more because I never actually played through all that stuff. That's that he ends up being the bad guy, the dad.
No, not the dad. The detective who's searching for him ends up being the killer, and
Is he like Memento or something? He can't remember that he was the killer.
no, that's why it's such a terrible twist because like it's like just a reveal and it's like, aha, it was me the whole time that was the killer, and you're like, wait, but I played as you.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I could see it's a world where you play as someone and you may not know their true intention. I think that's fine with a video game. You don't have to know every single thing about the person you're embodying to be able to enjoy something, except that there is literally a button in the game that is internal monologue. And I don't know why it's in the game other than to make sure that this twist is the worst twist. But yeah, there's a button that's internal monologue that you can press, and then you will go, what is this character thinking right now? And you press it with him. He doesn't ever say, I hope I get away with these murders.
Where are these fucking toys?
Best twist: Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh, what a twist.
Spoiler.
Because I can't think of a bad one. Other good twists. The Game.
Oh, yeah. Game's a great movie.
Okay, yeah.
Game is a great movie.
We can
Too bad
only
you
mention
watch
twists.
it. Yeah, watch
go
it the
ahead.
once.
Like all good twist movies, you only watch it the one time.
Damn, you guys went far.
I'm just
Looking for these
putzing around. I'm
fucking
trying to figure out
toys.
something.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah, I
I don't
haven't
see
found
anything.
anything.
I don't see any baby dolls.
I bet
It's a big world.
probably at more like landmarks.
What are we looking for? Oh, action figures. So yeah, it's a comic store thing. So it's probably
Oh, Omar
Gotcha.
just zip by. He's in a car. He's going his own way.
rewards for collecting 100 statues.
What is it? RP?
Oh, it's a hairdo and an outfit?
Give it to me. I need it. There was
Give
a
it
while we were doing GTA Online, and there was this like very long, drawn out mission to solve this old mystery that was tied to Red Dead Redemption. And at the end, you got a gold gun. And I was like, well, I guess this is the only gun I'm using ever to justify the time I put into this.
There's definitely some in the pier, and I don't know it because I
You
just
looked.
know it.
Yeah, sure.
You can feel it. I mean,
I was born this way.
The
knowing
arcade
what
on the
action
pier has
figures
got to
are.
have action figures in it.
Man, I miss going out, driving, going to the pier. It's beautiful sunsets.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only do I not hang out with anybody, but I don't go outside.
I am grateful that we have a dog that forces
Yeah.
us outside.
Same.
That's
like
fair, yeah.
two or three times a day, but
You say 2, but you know it's always 3.
well, he goes out 3 times, but
Oh,
I don't
true,
always
true,
go out
true,
3
true.
times. True.
I've been having to like make myself be better about going out while the sun is out for his like long walk still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because otherwise it's like 5:30 or whatever, and it's already dark outside. I don't feel like he's getting the same benefit.
Yeah, neither are you.
Benson likes the night time because he was a prowler.
Is he?
So he's looking for raccoons, opossums, cats, rats.
What's the closest encounter you've had with with Benson and a wild animal like that, like a possum or a raccoon?
I mean, I know, like, at least you saw
Oh
a
my god,
raccoon the
he
other
saw
day
a
with
big
him.
fat raccoon boy the other day, and he got really
He
excited.
thought it was a mirror. I've seen a possum with him before. I know that, but
I found one.
Really?
we were somewhere the other day. Watch out for coyotes, and I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing what Benson did with a coyote nearby. For some reason, I can imagine a coyote with Benson in his mouth carrying Benson away, and Benson not having any fight.
I just pictured the coyote trying to eat Benson, but Benson's too fat.
Yeah, well, that's
So
fair.
he
Yeah.
can't.
Well, coyotes and all those animals are smart, right? They judge like, oh, that thing is bigger than me. I'm not gonna be able to carry it away, so they usually run away or whatever.
Yeah.
They're better than
I
snakes.
feel like I get that benefit because Bender's tall and has a big head. I've turned the corner in the neighborhood or whatever, and there have been skunks
Ooh, that's-
one time.
I'm worried about that.
Yeah, luckily nothing happened. They were just like, they were just kind of bouncing around doing their thing. But raccoons have been out, and the raccoons like stop and look at you, and I've had one like rear up on its back legs, and it's like, oh shit.
It identified you as was either a threat or
That thing's
prey.
ready to fight. Yeah, that thing is ready to fight, and it's got little human hands, and it freaks me out.
I'd like to ride this roller coaster, sir.
James, you want to ride with us, or are you rolling solo?
I'll ride
You're
with
gonna
you guys.
just drive straight off. Okay.
Where is he?
I'm having the time of my life.
Oh,
Are you just running up there?
Parachute didn't come. Sorry, guys. It was a faulty
right on the
parachute.
ground.
Faulty parachute.
Okay, there's one on the beach up here.
It's one of those things where you're like, there's 100 of them. How could it be this hard to find? Like, they should be everywhere. 100, the dense, and you look at the size of the map and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna find another one of these in
Yeah,
my whole
it's a
life.
huge map.
Human brains can't wrap
Amazing.
our minds around size and ratio. I'm so bad at determining size with my eyes. I'm really good at determining color, but size is tough. So like if I look at something and I go, yep, that'll fit in this other thing that I'm visualizing in my mind, 9 times out of 10, it's not even close.
I feel like I lie to myself and think that I'm really good at that, but I'm really not.
I'll be like, I'll like have leftovers, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I should put these leftovers in a thing or whatever. And nope, oh there it is. It's on the. I see it. But yeah, I'm just no good at it. Or it'll be like this recipe calls for you putting things in a small container
I was trying to figure out how you climb.
or something, or a large container. I'm like, yeah, this will fit, and then I'll like load everything up to it, and then the container doesn't even fit in the oven, and I'm like, how was I so wrong?
Tried to make a bordelaise sauce last night.
A boudoir sauce, yes.
Like red wine and shallots and like beef broth. I also tried to make a palm puree last night, and we also tried to make a ribeye, and we fucked all three things up.
Oh no.
What is palm puree?
It's just like super whippy pureed like potatoes. We were trying to have some French cuisine, and the potatoes were super gluey because I don't have a potato ricer like we were talking about earlier. But everything tasted okay. It just wasn't like, because it's supposed to be like an amazing dish, like an amazing treat. It was okay.
Is it amazing just because of all the butter that has to go into all those ingredients?
There's a lot of butter in the potatoes, yes. It was my first time, so it's like I can't just give up. I'm gonna try it again sometime. Like when over holiday break, when I dropped my dessert in the sink and I cried, I said, well, I gotta try again tomorrow. I love cooking, and I think you can not. I think everybody could be a good cook. You just gotta try.
Do you, Gusto?
I'm surprised that you, with all the stuff that you have in your kitchen, you don't have a potato ricer.
There's one somewhere here, by the way. That's why we're here. I just don't know where. Sorry, what'd you say about the potato ricer?
I'm surprised you don't have one. You have so many tools.
I know. When I did a cooking stream for the website, the Rooster Teeth website, I did I made a egg and a baked potato, and Omar was hanging out like with me virtually, and we did a tour of all my spices and then my tool drawer. So
Lindsay has so many specialized tools, like
Not
one-use
that many.
kitchen tools.
I have a thing that you
awesome.
put your boiled egg in, and it puts it into slices. I have 3 kinds of graters, because you need one that's like a microplane, and you need one that's like a box grater, and you need,
You need it.
Yes, of course. We have a mandolin.
I need to get. See, I don't have
It's
that.
Captain Corelli gave it to us, actually.
And that was a joke for them. It's just been sitting there, and I used it for the first time, I guess, yesterday. And I was like, all right, that's done. I felt more accomplished having used it than actually making the food that I used it to make. I was like, all right. And then at a certain point, I washed it and I put it away, and I was like, where's this going to go now?
Have you never used a mandolin before? Mandolins can be crazy dangerous.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful.
Yeah, I've used it before, but it was just more of the matter of that just been sitting in a box for forever. Did you find it?
Didn't you?
No.
It was right in the grave area.
Right in the grave area. There's always these things where I'm like, I have a passing interest in. I'm like, it'd be nice, a whole house for that.
Lindsay desecrating all these
So a whole house for a kitchen.
So you want a kitchen house, a bathroom house, a TV room house,
a garage house, which also doubles as a gym house.
And then you want Kramer's pillow bed house, which is what he turned his apartment into.
levels.
The levels.
Jacuzzi house.
Cushions.
Jacuzzi house. Where is it?
I don't remember, because I got it, so I don't know where it is now.
The cops are all over me. What do I do?
Oh no.
Good luck.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I tried. I
Tried. We got a couple of them. We did it. We learned something new today, and now Elise is gonna drive us off into the sunset.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's the sunset. There it is.
Sunset. George Montgomery sunset.
I think we're stuck in here now. Oh,
Thought I could plow through these graves.
yeah, I can't. But thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
GTA, chill.
GTA and chill.
Watch Bridgerton.
We're gonna try the heist soon, right?
Yes.
Like a glove.
Well, we never finished. We never finished the casino heist, which we were supposed to finish.
Did you ever
but
really even get started, or were you still in the prep?
We were
phase?
doing the
There was
prep.
4 videos. We're gonna do the new Cayo Perico.
And by that I mean start the new heist, and ultimately probably not finish
Never finish
because
it.
of one thing or another.
Maybe we'll have to find out. Maybe we gotta tune into the next GTA to find out.
Yeah. Pineapple Head away.